bots, B-O-T-S. Oh, here, play the computer, right? So what we'll do is, we'll start on the beginner level and we'll work our way through. So we're going to play Martin, right? Can you see this? Just check you can see. Yeah, we're playing Martin, the little bot called Martin. He's 250 rating. And what we'll do is we'll just play Queen here because he's only 250. And if he isn't, no, he's attacking me. Martin's won a pawn. Oh no, he's a good player. He won't let you mate him in 4. There we go. He says, it feels good not to capture, no? He says. That's Martin. And he says a few little words. He has a few little words that he says. He's given me a rook. And he says, bishop takes a6 was played. And he says, oh, that was good. So I put it back on d3. That's the best move, he says. Oh, well. Well, I'll just play bishop there. It threatens a pawn. It's all right. Play c4 because we want to open up his king because it's in the middle. And we'll take it, right? Because his king is in the middle. So we're playing all the bots today. Hey, thank you, my friend, for following the channel. I really appreciate that. Right, so we're going to take a pawn with check. Always good to grab a pawn with check. Knight here is good because it can go knight to c4, right? I've got bishop takes pawn check wins a queen. Examine all checks and captures. It could be mate. We'll take the queen because it's closer to checkmate if you've got a queen. Throw the queen up near the king. Something might happen up there that's very nasty. Knight c4. Start penetrating his position. Never miss a check. It might be mate. And never miss a pawn because it might be a rook. So we're threatening his castle and his bishop. We'll take the bishop off. What we need is one more knight in the position. So we want to play that knight to c4 move again. It's a jolly good move. There's a big check. There's another check. Where does he go? That's a big question about where does he go. Where do I go? I'll take his bishop. That's what I'll do. He says that's an excellent move. He's a good little bot. He's trying to help me as much as he can, being the Botovsky. And we'll just checkmate him. We'll push a pawn and we'll just checkmate him. I missed knight here in checkmate. So it took me one move too long. One there and one there. And that's checkmate. So that was the bot number 1, right? Okay, next. Now we're playing, the queen can move as far as she wants in any direction, right, he says. This is a new bot. This is Wayne. Wayne's 250. His rating is 250. He's from Singapore. I don't believe it. He's a cartoon character. Mox's game says he's stuck on the 2200 bot. Oh, it's not as much fun, Moxus, as playing the 250 bot. Oh, if you want to really pump yourself up and you want to get some excitement in your life, go and play the 200 bot or the 250. I don't want to give up my good bishop. My bishop controls all those diagonals. See that? Beautiful diagonal on the king. I'm going to just keep hacking away down here. Keep hacking away. Something juicy could happen. I'll go down here. I'll threaten the checkmate. You know, Wayne might not see it. He's only rated 250. He might not see the checkmate. You never know your luck in a big city. It's almost mate. There's a check. Did you see that one, boys and girls? And then rook checks. Oh, that's a nice move. Except you can put the bishop in. But he might lose a pawn. Oh, well, he dropped the rook. He's getting better as he's getting older. There's a bishop check. Be careful. Careful. And here, that's checkmate. Because he can't take with the bishop because of the checkmate with the rook. Next bot, please. So we're working our way through the bots. And hopefully, Moxus, we can get up to your 2200 bot. Boom, 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 he says. He's been listening. He's been watching my channel. He says, is he? Who is this character? I don't know who he is. Fabian. This is Fabian. Fabian's 250 and he's from Gibraltar. There you go. Fabian's from Gibraltar. He's from the cartoon character of Gibraltar. The land of Gibraltar. He dropped his horse. He's dropped his horse, the mighty Fabian. He's dropped his horse. I'm threatening checkmate, Fabian. There you go. He keeps stopping checkmate. He's spoiling my game. Fabian, you're spoiling my game, buddy. I want to mate in 4 against Fabian, but I'll play queen here. At least it threatens a check. Yes! I got a check against the mighty Fabian. Oh, there's a check with a bishop. That's a good check. There's a check. And we'll just we'll take the rook. It's a big piece. What's he doing now? I'll take his queen. He's attacking my queen. I'll bring a knight in. I need to get more pieces into the position. I'll bring another knight in. He's going there. I'll give him a check. It could be mate. Checkmate. Coming. Checkmate. Coming. How come it's not checkmate? Okay, I'll play a waiting move. Announcing mate in 2. Or it's 1. Okay, next please. Next game. Who am I playing this time? I'm playing 1. 1 is 400 rating. And we'll see how he's going. I played in a tournament yesterday. I played 1,128 players yesterday. I didn't do it online. I just wanted some quiet time to myself. Hold on, he's playing a gambit. The mighty Juan, he's playing a gambit. He's got some really bright, intelligent ideas here. So he wants to get all these pieces working. We'll give him a check. Rip off his queen. And this is basic chess. Just destroy the structure. Oh, he wants to protect it. We'll take the knight. Well, he doesn't want that. So I'll move the bishop back. I'll save it. He does all sorts of tricky things. Knight here. Yeah, I played the tournament. 1,128 players. I had 14 wins, no losses, and no draws. So I actually won the tournament. I actually won the tournament for a change. What a change, eh? There you go. That's a check. Be careful. Could be mate. Play bishop here. That's a discovered check. Always good. Discovered check's always fun. Now, this is one of those types of positions. Is there a checkmate? Can you see the checkmate? I can't see it, but I can give him a check here and take his bishop off. That would be nasty. So we'll take his bishop. We'll worry about the checkmate later. He's attacking my knight. I'll open his king up. Oh, he's going to let me save the bishop again. So I'm putting him in that mating net. There we go. We're getting in that mating net again. And knight here. That prepares a rook check against the mighty Juan. And Juan's from Venezuela. Check. And now he's got to be careful that the bishop will check. And that's the piece he never took. Oh, no, it's not mate. It's got to be mate sooner or later. Where's the mate? Where's my checkmate? I'm not happy. I'm not happy. I'm going to play knight here. I'm not happy. I'll mate him with the bishop. Well, that's a pretty mate. And now, come on, next player. Come on, we're going to get up to 2,200. Quickly, come on. Zian Debris. It's been a long day. Let's relax and enjoy again. Where's he from? Scotland? Poland. He's from Poland. He's speaking Polish. It's all Greek to me. That's what they say. It's all Greek to me, that Polish. So I'm just pushing pawns. This is what I do against these types of plays. And this is realistic chess because people 400 do this type of thing. You wouldn't think so. But total beginners might play rook a7. I doubt it. But we're just expanding our position, getting our knights on f3 and c3. And these are chess lessons. It's how to play a one position because I spot the e6 square. And I really want the e6 square. I'll take that pawn because I really want the g6 square. f7's the weakest square on the board. So that's the one we take. Then we belt the queen, right? Okay. Then we hold the pawn. Okay. Now he's attacking that. Now we could attack his queen. We can attack his queen, and if we attack his queen, we displace it. And if we displace the queen, oh, he's sacrificing it. Okay, the mighty Philippe from Poland, he sacrificed his queen. He's got an idea. He's got a couple of ideas. We'll give him a check anyway. Make him feel at home. Oh, it's not that check doesn't work. What's he doing now? Push a pawn. That threatens his knight. He doesn't see that. We'll take with the queen with check. Because if we take with the queen, we get another check, don't we, down here. Always a good check. Then we get a rook. Rook's always good. And we'll castle. We'll just castle because that brings a castle into the game. And there's a check down there. Right, so we'll give him a check with a queen. So queen sacrifice, you might think, oh, but why did you give your queen up? You know why? So I can get another queen. That's right, boys and girls. Just get another queen. Because you can always get another one. And then a little rook check. And it should be the mate next move. There's a checkmate there. And that's the end of the game. Next game. Right, we're playing Ilani. Ilani's 400. So moved up through 200, 250, 300, 350 or whatever it is. And what does Ilani say? She says something. I can't understand it. But she's from Greece. I told you it was all Greek to me. I told you. Here he goes. Knight c3. So getting our pieces out. Again, the usual suspects. Knights on c3. Knights on f3. These are your chess lessons for today. We'll take that pawn off. Examine all checks and captures. I can't see. Got to change queens. It's logical. Knight here threatens. Knight takes pawn check, wins a rook. It's logical. We'll take it if he doesn't defend it. Right, a mild distraction, Ilani says. So what do we do now? We put our bishops on d3, right? So we can get a check on g6. Okay, we'll take that check. She doesn't seem to know what she's doing. Then we'll move back. Now we're threatening the knight check. That's the whole idea of it. But she saw it all. And now the correct move. That knight seems trapped. I should just trap our knight. Yeah, we'll just play f4. We'll protect our attacking pieces. There we go. Now we're playing f5. We're expanding. e6 blocks off that bishop. We've got the connected pawns. We'll take the pawn, take the bishop, I should say. Check. King takes, develop the pieces. Bishop there. We need to bring in this castle into the action. Right, so a castle. Now we've got a heavy artillery, right? I call it the heavy artillery. We're playing bishop here. Trying to get a cross bishop's checkmate. See the cross bishop's checks? There they go. Cross bishop's checks are always good. They're very cross. Knight here, threatening to come in here, put more knights on knights. Because we've got a pin, and we've got to exploit that pin. Rook takes knight. We get the heavy artillery in there so we can get a checkmate. That's a check. It's a discovered check. And that's a double checkmate. So that's not one checkmate. If you look at the position, it's two checkmates. So you get 2 points for that, because knight's checkmate, and the bishop says checkmate too, see? So it's two checkmates. So you should get 2 points for that. She says, great job. Can I have a chance to get even? No, you can't. Next game. Because I'm playing Noel. And Noel's 550. He's from Finland. And he's a Finnish master. So I'm playing d4. Knight up, knight f3. He's playing on the side of the board. So beginners, what I suggest to you is you play on the centre of the board. Get your pieces working. Okay, if you come across a weak player like that, get your diagonal, attack the f7 pawn, and something juicy could happen. Okay, so what's he doing? We can play there and just attack the f pawn, right? He's playing big queen there, so we'll take the pawn with check. Okay, right. We'll develop a piece, attack the queen at the same time. We'll take the queen because he doesn't want it. We'll take a pawn with check, mainly because it attacks the king, not because it wins a piece. We did it for Julesy. That's why we did it. We did it for Julesy. Okay, so we should get a checkmate here somewhere. There's a pawn check. Queen here is good. Threatens to bring in the queen, which is a major piece, right? Major piece. And when the major pieces come in, usually there's a checkmate not far off. There's a check, and there's a checkmate. Okay, the next opponent. He says, let's play. No funny business. All right, he says. So the bot's talking to us. He's from Ireland. I should have said it in an Irish accent, except I can't do an Irish accent. Hey, I should call in the missus. She's from Ireland. Yeah, the missus is from Ireland. Get the knight out. A lot of people will capture with the pawn, but no. If you're playing a beginner, just get your pieces out and just take everything off, right? Because he's a what do you call him? Irish. He's a tinker. That's right, a tinker. My wife's mother, she would say, he's a tinker. Check. Right, so now we know he's got to go here. So he's doing a king march. We'll give him a knight check. We won't bother around here. We'll give him a cool... Well, hold on, we're not mating him. Give him a knight check. We're going to keep him bottled in. We didn't want him to play king here and run away. So now we can give him a check here. Key check and checkmate. Okay? So that took 12... Was it 12? 13 moves to get rid of our friend from Ireland, Oliver. Next player, I'm playing Sipo. She says she's been practicing. Malika from Serbia. She's been practicing, so we'll give her a bit of a run for her money. She's 550. We'll sacrifice a pawn, develop a piece, knight on c3 again. I'll repeat to you, just keep getting your pieces out. When you're playing these beginners, get your pieces out. Because I've got a lot of people that follow the channel. Another pawn, offer a pawn for development. If they don't want to develop, if they want to put all their pieces on the back rank, boys and girls, you just chase them, push them back. And she says she's been practicing. Hold on, I'll just play queen here. A lot of beginners would miss the checkmate. Being a computer, it doesn't like it. I'm just going to get another piece out. Not even going to take the knight because I can't be bothered. Oh, she gives me the knight anyway. Well, I'll take it. Okay, so this is what I was really after, the pawn check and the knight check. I'm really after the king, knight here. Okay, so I'm after the king. I want to explode all over that king. There's a check here. Knight takes pawn. There we go. And now we can play knight takes bishop check and knight check. Knight double check and checkmate. And there was also a bishop checkmate too. I believe bishop here was checkmate, bishop there. Okay, right, so that was the end of Malika from Serbia. Next game, up to 700 now. We're playing Janjay. Okay, right, and this is I'm trying to be instructive. I'm trying to teach you guys how to play chess, right? So how to beat the weaker players or beginners, whatever your level is, I'll come into it. So we're attacking the pawn, play a Rai Lopez, see what Janjay knows. Remember, she's 700, so she knows a little bit about the openings. Not much, but a little bit. She doesn't play the normal A6, right, because she's just on a little bit on the weaker side. These bots have been really well developed, probably by AI or whatever, I'm not too sure. But we'll just get the bishop pinning the knight. Very good idea. Attack the rook, keep the pin, bottle the pieces down. Got a little combination here, attacking my bishop, but neglectful of the fact that I could just take the rook. Now pawn takes knight. Which knight do I take? I think I'll take this one. Yeah. And now I should take the bishop or the knight. Well, we'll take the bishop. And the correct move is pawn takes pawn. I like pawn takes pawn. Why do I like pawn takes pawn? I like knight here, and then knight to d5 and knight to f6 check. I'm not even interested in taking the stupid knight. I'm only going for the checkmate, right? And I'll take the knight now because it's free. And then basically I want to get a checkmate. There's a knight in here. That's a good square. And I'm still looking at a checkmate over here on these black squares down there. Pawn takes. That stops the mate for one move. And now it's mating 1, 2, right? There we go, mating 2. And she says, wow, you know a thing or two. Do you want to play again? I'll say, no, thank you very much. I'm going to play Aaron. Aaron is from Iceland. Aaron says, hello, I've never met Bobby Fischer. Thanks for asking. So I'm playing D4. Yeah, because Bobby Fischer played in Iceland, remember? So I'm playing C4. That's where he played his world championship, in Reykjavik in Iceland in 1970. It was a long time ago, wasn't it? Bishop to F4. We'll play this. Engine says it's a mistake. Queen to B3 is best. I'm playing E3. Oh, because I should be playing Queen B3. I understand. When the bishop goes on F5, I should know better. When the bishop goes on F5, what you do is take it off. What you do is you counter on the white squares on the queen side. So I apologise for that. It should have been more instructive. I'm going to play knight to B5. It attacks the rook, but it also attacks knight takes pawn check, which is the real target, right? Now he gives up the queen, okay? Not a good look. Not a good look. Playing pawns is not going to win you the game, buddy. There's a mating attack coming in. You're bringing the knight in for the checkmating attack. We'll bring the queen in for the checkmating attack. And the queen's coming in for the checkmating attack. Careful! Okay, so he survived for a little while. There's a check. Don't tell me the pawn's going to check, mate. Yes, it is. Okay, so that was Aaron. He says, looks like I found Bobby Fischer. Good game. I'm playing Salam. She says, I'm sorry, but I won't go easy on you. She's 700. Her name is Mina. She's from Iran. And today we're playing all the bots. We're doing the bot challenge. We're going to see how far we can go. Moxus Games has said, no, I'm going to play knight to C3. Not worried about an early queen check. Because basically the rules of chess state you should not bring your queen out too early. You know why? It could get trapped. Okay, and that's one of the things. You see the queen is now trapped. No squares for the queen. Hold on, he's got a square. He ran away. He was trapped on that side of the board. So if I wanted to spring my trap, the correct play was E5, then play B4. Okay? All right then. So now can we trap the queen this time? Now, has the queen got a square if we play G4? I can't see a square. If you can see a square, you tell me. But I can't see one. The queen's gone. Right, so what do we do next? Pawn takes pawn. Smash through the middle so we can get to the king, because the king is what it's all about. There's a pawn takes pawn. Examine all checks. Examine all captures. Pawn takes knight, check. There's a check and a capture. So we'll do that. There's another one, right? So we'll take that one too. We'll take everything that's not nailed down. So we develop our knight. Okay. Could have bishop checked, but he might have played f6. Now we can bishop check. We can get the best of both worlds. Okay, then there's a knight check there. We'll try to get closer to that king. Okay, so now what do we do? Do we achieve anything with a knight? Takes pawn check. I don't know, but when you're looking for something, always look for a check, because checks can lead to mate. Now, what else do we do? There's a bishop check there. We want to get the queen in. We need the heavy artillery in. Queen here will play. Threatening queen checks. Threatening queen takes pawn. We're giving him the bishop there, but we've got a dirty big check there, and it's very close to checkmate. Very close indeed. So we'll put the bishop here. Whole idea is we want to pin the knight, and then effect checkmate there. You see? Now in that position, the knight can't take the queen. How many moves was that? 24. She says, I guess you weren't going easy either. Can I have another try? And I say, no, Mina, you can't, because we've got to get to Moxum's 2200 bot. So we're playing all the bots, and we're up to Zara. She's from Malaysia. She's 850. With what we've done so far has been successful. And that's what I tell you, when you're playing chess, if you've got a successful system, just keep playing it. If you're winning games and you're getting all your pieces out, you might notice again, I've got my pawns on D4, E4. If they allow you to do this, you do it. You put your knights on C3, knights on F3, bishops on F4, right? because you spot that they've pushed the F pawn, right? So when you spot little things like that, you think, oh, how can I exploit that now? H3, you really would like to double up on this knight and create weaknesses. Can you play knight takes pawn? Examine all captures, because of course, if the pawn had taken it, checkmate would have followed. And now there's a defense there, you see. So we'll push the pawn forward and we'll offer the knight. The knight's rejected. It's rejected. So we're going to play knight back. It threatens pawn takes pawn check. We're not worried about knight takes pawn check. We hit the knight here, which is attacking our rook. But she can't take the knight because of checkmate. So now what we do is bring another piece in with a check. And that's checkmate. And unfortunately, 12 moves. Zara from Malaysia only lasted 12 moves. Next player. G'day Moxus Games. Thank you for subscribing. And now we're playing Buenos Dias. He says, easy on me. I'm just learning. He's 850 and he's from Chile. He's from Chile. Well, my Chilean accent is not a Chilean accent. It's more like an Italian one. So I'm totally Nicholas Ridiculous this morning. So here we go, D4. I just like to have fun with chess. I love to have fun with chess. Chess can be such fun, can't it, boys and girls? There we go. Okay, so there's a bishop move. Now, I wouldn't normally do that, but because my pawn's here, there's a big, good, dirty big check there. That's a nice check. I could have offered a sacrifice, and I didn't see it. I could have done that. I'm going to give a knight check. Oh, look at this. The king's coming forwards. Oh, that's very kind of you, sir. That's very kind indeed. I'll give him another knight check then if he likes to move his king around. But how do we catch him? How do we catch him? Well, queen to c2. I've got to remember my knight's on. Play knight here. So this knight holds that knight, and then we can queen check. Aha, it's coming forwards. Well, pawn checks. That's always good. There's a bishop check. That looks nice. And bishop. Hold on, I got a pretty. Oh no, bishop takes bishop. Checkmate. Okay, I'm just trying to find a prettier checkmate, but I couldn't see one. I like to find a pretty checkmate sometimes. And so there we go. And that's 16 moves for Santiago, 850 from Chile. He says, good game. I guess you taught me a lesson today. Well, I guess I did, Santiago. We're playing Kareem. Kareem is 850. He's from Egypt. And again, you just do the same thing. You want to just keep winning at chess. This is all about winning at chess. You just get your pieces out, right? I don't like bishop d3. The d4 is annoying. It's an annoying move. So I'm going to play c3. Stops the knight going here. Stops the knight going there. Knight can't go there. Now my bishop can just go to d3, hold the extra pawn, and now I can build on the king. Well, why not play g4? Why g4? Because I'm looking at g5. If I can get g5 in, well, then I'll displace the knight, and I'll be able to get a queen check. Again, you're trying to spot the weak squares and how you can exploit them. Okay, so what does he do? What's he done? What's he done? He's played b6 on the other side of the board. Hold on, but we're coming over this side of the board, buddy. We'll take the knight. That's a defender. And then we'll get that queen check in. We always wanted that queen check, didn't we, boys and girls? Now we're threatening checkmate in one. Well, we'll push the pawn with check. It's almost checkmate. And we'll take that, make a queen, that'll worry him. So now because he's 850, we get on to higher bots. Kareem is not totally silly. We'll take that pawn with check. King's in the middle. Bishop takes pawn, check. Queen takes rook, check. And now queen check back in the centre. Keep him honest. Queen check here. bishop here, because we know the bishop can't hit the queen, the knight can't move. So we just want to get more pieces up and adamant. And now I just take the queen off, activate the castle, major piece, open file, rook check again. Pawn to b4. Why am I playing pawn to b4? Because I'm looking at pawn to a4. I'm looking 2 moves, 3 moves ahead. Do I get the opportunity to play 3 moves ahead? Well, maybe not. But I've got the second move. So my plan, which I just hatched in my brain a few seconds ago, is working. I'm playing knight up here. Why am I playing knight here? I want to play pawn here. I'll block the bishop off and basically at the same time attack the c pawn. Come in on the c pawn so we can smash. Because we're chasing this king, right? Is there a checkmate there? It's pretty close. Knight here threatens checkmate in one move. So he's defended it. How do we eliminate a defending piece? Well, put knight here, because I think he's going to play pawn there and slow me down. Rook here, and now I'm threatening rook check and checkmate. Rook checks. So we sacrifice a rook. He doesn't take it. If he'd taken the rook, it would have been checkmate. And now the knight goes in, and finally we do the checkmate. Okay, so that was at the end of Kareem. He lasted 34 moves. Disgusting, isn't it? That's my fault. He says, great game. He says, I'll count that as a lesson learned. Thank you, Kareem from Egypt. Next player. We're now playing Emir 1000. So we've moved from the 200 bot right through all the ranges of bots. We're playing Emir, and Emir's from Turkey. We're playing D4. We have been playing E4, getting spectacular attacks and stuff. He allows E4. Well, when we get to the higher bots, they might not allow that E4 move. Knight to F3. Playing E5 early just to see what he does. He's only 1,000. Well, bishop C4. We're on the F pawn. Oh, he plays rook rook to F8. But he should castle. That's correct. That's the correct play. Just develop the pieces. Bishop's on F4. Queen to F3. We just spot the weaknesses, the white squares, and of course we attack them, don't we? Okay, so we attack the squares. We can play bishop here. That threatens queen takes, what's his name? Knight takes pawn now. We're opening up the king. Queen takes check. Bring in the heavy guns. He's going there. We want to open up the king. Pawn here to D5. So we're really, just again, on the open file. We want to open up the king as much as possible. Push a pawn, so we get that clears a way for the knight to come in. So right, so we get the knight to penetrate. Give him a bishop check. All right, so still would like to get the pieces in there somehow. I haven't played this very accurately, but I'll play C4 before he takes it. Damn those bots. I'm going to play pawn there. I still want to push the pawns. I want to get a pawn roller somehow. So taking the knight now, because I want all my pieces in there. I need active pieces. I'll cut that bishop off. I may need my rook on D1. I'll play knight C7. He cleverly hangs on to it. So he's defending as any bot would, any normal bot. Playing rook on the A file to D1, probably wrong rook. Now we want a queen. Oh, that's probably better. Rook C1. His king's there. We'll chase the king. I can play bishop takes pawn, check. Check. Bishop takes pawn, check. Okay. So now what we're doing is we're just chasing. We'll flip back. Just make sure there's no attack over there. We'll pass pawns. Must be pushed. We've got an advantage over there. So what we're going to do is just push those merry pawns forwards. He's just exchanging pieces, but for no reason. Take that off because we're getting closer to a queen. Knight there threatens a queen. Make a queen. Basically, it's just eliminating all the pieces. That's basically it. It's all we're doing. Logical chess. Rook here, pinning the bishop. Rook checks. We'll take that bishop off one way or the other. There goes the bishop. He couldn't have saved it. He could have taken my rook, but the knight would have recaptured. And now we just get a queen and checkmate. Oh, we should checkmate in 2. 1, 2. 2. There's a checkmate in 2. I missed it initially, but that's okay. Not a problem. Next bot, please. Ahoy! I'm new to this, so go easy on me. It's Maxime. Maxime's from the Czech Republic, and I'm sure it's not Maxime Vachier-Lagrave, because he would be rated a lot stronger, because Maxime is one of the super grandmasters, as we all know. So we'll take that off, mainly because we've been able to play e4 freely, and we'll do the old trick. See, the bot sees the piece sacrifice. He sees it, you see. I'll play bishop here. I'll allow him to take the pawn. He took it. Now I'll play d5. And now I win a piece, you see. So he's 1,000 rated. So here you go. Take that. Just change direction. Attack his knight. Attack his knight. Take his knight. Oh, poor old Maxime. Maxime is from Czech Republic, and he's being maxed out here. Knight there. Encourage him to overpress his pawns. Now he's giving him up. He says, why overpress your pawn position when you can give them up? The F pawn, the weakest square on the board, bang again. The same technique. Same ideas. Hold on. We'll play knight here. I could have castled. Now we're going to play escapes. Why should I let him escape? I'm going to cut off his escape route. Then I'll give him a check. Now that I've cut off his escape route. And now I'll give him another check. Oh no, not the check. I'm going to play rook to the 7th rank. Okay, because I'm threatening check. Oh, I'm in check. Okay, all right, then I missed that one. No, not a problem. We're coming in. We've got a plan, and our plan's superior. Checkmate. How long did he last? 24. Okay, thank you, Maxime. Maxime from the Czech Republic. Next bot, please. Playing Hans. And Hans is from Greenland, so we're working our way through all the bots. The beautiful opening chords, he says. He speaks about the beautiful opening chords. So again, we'll play the same stuff. Right, what's he doing? We'll take that pawn off. Why? Because we want to control that d5 square. Queen here allows the classic attack. Queen takes pawn and queen takes rook. Right? Always look for that when you're playing beginners, because the same thing comes up all the time. Knight there attacks the castle. Also threatens bishop takes pawn check. Okay, so in a position like this, we just take the rook because it's bigger. Just take the biggest piece. Okay, so we'll get a knight out, defend the e-pawn. We want to get extra pieces in there to attack the king. Bishop here stops knight d5. Knight takes pawn check. Castle early and often, bring the major pieces in again. When the minor pieces are fully developed, that's the key, that's the difference, right? You wait until the minor pieces are fully developed before you launch your attack. F4, just stopping the knight moving there. He's not doing anything. We can play pawn here. Why play pawn there? To control this square and that square, right? So we're going to play knight here. Whole idea, knight checks. He wants to play pawn takes, well, that's all right. We'll play knight here. That sticks the knight right down his throat. And we don't have a problem in the world. We can just play rook to d2 and double rooks, and it's all over. It'll be all over in a second. Pawn takes pawn. The power is coming. Play push twice. Cover squeeze. Yeah, he's virtually in zugzwang. He knows he's in zugzwang. He's virtually in zugzwang. But did I miss a checkmate? Almost. I'm still coming. Still threatening checkmates. There's a check. And there's a mate. Doesn't take too long. How long did it take? 28 moves. Ooh, the bots are doing well. Playing Sanu. Sanu is Aziz from Nigeria. Sanu is Aziz? Anyway, E4. We're going to go to the more attacking lines again. D4. King's Pawn opening the St. George defence. Okay, we'll get our knight here. Often you can win the queen here in these types of positions, but we could play pawn here first. It covers a key square. Now, we're threatening to trap the queen. So why not play H3 first, remove a square that he can move to, and then trap the queen. So now his queen is trapped. Right, that's right, B6. Move 7, the queen's trapped. And that's how you can win at chess, okay? By covering key squares, looking for opportunities. Pawn A6, A3, why would you play that? Because bishop there hinders my D5 move, and my knight E4 move, and my queen E2, queen E4 move. Right, so now I can play my D5, unhindered. Right, so what do I want to do now? What squares do I spot? Well, here's the weakest square on the board. Let's go for the weakest square on the board again, the F7. How often in chess does that square come into the game? All right, then we're going to just castle, bring a major piece in. Got all my minor pieces performing good functions. Okay, so rook E1. Right, just knight here, and now we're attacking the rook, and at the same time we're threatening to penetrate in here. We don't bother with the rook, we're after the check. Check is better. So now we can knight check him. We'll play the knight over here. That's an escape square for him. See, knight here, that's where his king could have came out. We don't want that, so we'll take a pawn with check. We'll give him a bishop check. Knight takes. He's trying to stop checkmate. Oh boy, cheek of the working class. I'm playing knight here. What's he doing there? I'll bring another knight in. I'm attacking the weakest square on the board again. Knight F7. Okay, there's a check there. I'll play queen D5. I'm going to eliminate again, threatening queen takes rook over here. So I've eliminated his key square. Now I've given him a check again. And queen to A7 check. His king is up. So pawns, I can envision a pawn checkmate somewhere here. I'll take 2 pieces off, and he's got no pieces left. There's one way to win a game. So it's just a different type of theme, you see? And so now we've got 2 rooks and a knight. So even though I know that I've lost a pawn, I've got no problem with that. I'll push a pawn. Why? Because it's protected. See, the knight check would have... knight checks would have taken the rook. Bring the castles in. Open lines of attack. Just push your pawns. Don't worry about the pawn or d-pawn. Just queen. Just go in for the queens, because that will be a checkmating attack. There's a check, and it's a mate, isn't it? Pretty soon. Boom! Checkmate. And thank you, Aziz. Next game, please. We're up to Laura. Laura's 1100 rating. She's from Austria. Viel Glück, she says. Let's play something exciting. We'll play something exciting. We'll play G4. Okay, I think it's called the Grob. I've never played this rubbish before in my whole life. It's total rubbish, but some players will play this crap. And the whole idea is to just keep pushing. It's called the grob opening. Sounds like a piece of garbage, doesn't it? Well, I reckon it probably is garbage, but nonetheless, I'm playing it. Okay, so I'm playing H4 now, doing the follow-up with the grob opening. C4. I'll try to play some unusual openings for you now that I'm thinking about it. Playing knight here. It's a double threat. Knight checks and knight checks. Okay, so I'm playing bishop here. Idea was to play bishop c3. Why play bishop c3? Because we want to get on the long diagonal. We win pieces down that long diagonal, particularly against the bunny rabbits. So put the knight in, attack the knight, because the knight can't be defended. We'll take the bishop. And again, we're just taking more pieces. We'll take the knight with check. Why? Because we want that check. The bishop on f6 is really key to checkmating attacks. Checkmate. How long did he last? Only 17 moves. Thank you, Laura. Laura was from Austria. Next game, please. Working our way through all the bots. I don't know how many we've played so far, but we're up to Sven. Sven is from Sweden. No, he's from Slovenia. They have commercials on the television here, on the programming device. You know, they call it a television because they do computer programming. We're threatening knight checkmate, so you saw that. It's because it's Sven. Sven's from Sweden. No, they have dropped bear commercials and crap like that. And what's he doing? He wants to attack me. He wants to attack moi. Don't believe it. He's played knight there. I'm going to do a trick move. I'd like to do a trick move. I'm going to play bishop here anyway. Can I sacrifice my queen? I'd like to, but I can't. So I'm going to play queen e2. And I've got full white square domination. Bishop takes bishop. Oh, he didn't do it. Bishop checks then. Knight forks 2 rooks. Okay. Take a rook off here. Threatens a knight. See that knight? That's right. And now we take the knight. Probably shouldn't, but he doesn't want that. Bishop here. So he's allowed me a check, so I'll give him a check. Could be mate, you never know, might be mate in a few moves. So get our knight out, attack a castle, get the pieces working. Pawn here, we're not worried about pawns, we just want a castle, get 2 rooks working. See, so we dropped the bishop, but we collect the rook. So, okay, we lose one, we get another, not a problem. Put our rooks on the open file, defending the pawn, double the rooks on the files, take the pawn, get closer to the king, pin the queen against the king, basic stuff. Come up here and checkmate should follow. We'll take that and now checkmate. There we go. Thank you. Thank you, Sven from Sweden. From Czechoslovakia or wherever. Maria. We're playing Maria from Mexico, the next bot. She's 1200. We're working our way through all the bots this morning. No mucking around. Knight f3. If you follow these ideas, these simple patterns that I'm showing you, this is the best chess lesson you've ever had in your life. Bishop a4. Because I'm explaining all the reasons about what I'm doing. Castling, right? Mainly to develop. I knew he could take the pawn. The whole idea is I want to get the rook on the e file and do an attack on the king. But I want to save my good bishop. Again, back on the f7 square, right? So that's the theme, the constant theme. Knight takes pawn because his knight's there. I want to take back. See the opening? I'm opening the lines again on that pawn. Here we go, Queen e2. This is a funny system. You play, what's he doing to me? Push a pawn on the knight. Take the knight off if he doesn't want it. He's threatening a check. We'll stop a check. Not worried about a check. He's got a check. We'll go in the corner. Not a problem. That's not a bad move, but that's not a bad move at all. attack the queen. Not good, not good. I've got to be careful. I can't lose to a bot, right? Not losing to a bot today. Play queen, rook there. Now I want to get my pieces working. I'll play knight here. It gives me a check. I'll take that. That's a bit rubbish. It's rubbish. What is it? Total rubbish. That's what it is. There you go. Pawn takes pawn. It's going to burst through now. I think it's all over. He realises that's the end of the game for Maria. Maria, Maria. I just met a girl called Maria. There we go. There's a check. That's a discovery too. And rook takes rook. Okay, rook takes pawn. Just threaten the bishop. And we'll just pile up on the pin. It's a double attack. We'll just take with the bishop. Can't take the pawn because the rook checkmates at the back. And now bishop here. Cuts the king off. The king is stuck in the middle. Bishop here. And it should be checkmate in 1, 2, 3. There we go. Beautiful. Next player. She said, you saw through her tactics. Can I have another game? No, you can't, because we're working through all the bots. We're up to Elena. She's 1200. We started off with the bots at 200, and we're still working our way through. We're trying to get through. She says, salute, salute. She says, can you play better than her students? She's from Romania. She's a chess teacher. So I'm playing D4. Well, she's talking about her students. She might be talking about her school students. She might be just an ordinary teacher. Anyway, I'm playing knight C3 against this bot. Knight F3. Same common theme. Knights on C3 and F3. I'm just getting my bishop on G5. It's a queen's pawn. It's a queen's gambit decline. 3 knights defense. Attack or whatever. Rook C1. Queen's gambit decline. 3 knights something. What is it? 3 knights? I don't know. 3 knights bullshit. Pawn takes pawn. Same old crap I've done before. I usually play queen here and just see what they do. Take the knight off. It might be checkmate. You never know. In a few moves, take a bishop. They're just doing silly things. They do silly things where you play silly chess. They play silly chess. And someone wins a silly game. So we just change the bishop's queen there. Just hold that. And now sacrificing. Well, we'll take it. If you want to sacrifice, take that too. If you want to sacrifice. Pawn there. Attacks the queen but displaces it. It displaces the queen. I'm not taking the queen. I don't want to take the queen. I want to get on the d-pawn. I want to sacrifice for the d-pawn. I'm happy. I've got a perfect block game. I'm trying to build up my powers of chess for when I'm playing the better bots. Knight takes pawn. I don't want any weaknesses. No structural weaknesses. Just playing knight here. Certainly rook takes pawn. Computer's getting desperate. Rook takes pawn. Double the rooks on the f pawn. Rook its queen is better. And we just play rook takes pawn check. Rook takes pawn check. Rook its queen. Double the rooks. Knight there. Just get a few things in. Gets a little check. Congratulations on your check. That's just about... let's get rid of all the pieces. Right? It's one of those types of positions where you can get rid of all the pieces and just go check. Rook takes check. Knight takes 2 pawns. Take a pawn off. And the game is won. So it's just a matter of knight here. Move a knight there. Push a pawn. Push a pawn. Push a pawn. Push a pawn. Queen. Okay, so now, how many moves for checkmate? Well, there's 1. Pawn checks. Knight checks. Queen checks. Queen checks. Checkmate. There we go. And now we go on and we play Bonjour. Ready, set, game. Playing Wilson. He's 1200. He's from Haiti. Come on, give me some 1500 players. Knight F3. Knight takes pawn. I don't want to disturb my pawn structure. He gave me a pawn for nothing. Why would I want to disturb my pawn structure? Again, put your knights on C3 and F3. Knight here. Simply attacks the queen. Threatens a knight, takes pawn check, right? So what do we do now? We play pawn here. Just defend the knight. So what's he doing now? He's not doing anything. So bishop to F4. Right? And now what do we do? Oh, we get another bishop on F4. Takes a pawn. I'll just move back. I'm not worried. He should be worried, not me. He's the one that should be worried. Why is he not worried? Well, he wants two queens for the... I'm going to attack his queen. Take his queen. Knight checks. Knight checks. Knight checks. Check's obviously good. We'll take the pawn. Check, pawn in. And now the machine just gives up, the silly old machine. So he knows he's dead. He just wants to die quickly, a castle. I've got to get my heavy artillery in. Again, the heavy artillery. Open up the position. There's two pawns there. We want to open up the position. We don't care about anything. That's it. Oh, should have played queen takes pawn check. I'll take the knight. Doesn't matter. Main thing is the king is open. Check there. Check there. I'm clearing this pawn here. Rook here. It's a double pawn. He can't defend it. Play a queen move. Probably attack the queen. Nope. Rook takes pawn. Checkmate coming. Rook check. Rook takes rook check. Rook here. Notice I put a rook where the other rook isn't, so I can just effect another checkmate. That's the way. There we go. And now, next player. Come on, bots. Wow, we've broke through. Finally, we're playing Jade. Jade's 1300. And Jade is from Belgium. So we're playing the Belgium bot, the mighty Jade, 1300. I dropped the pawn. She doesn't see it. She's supposed to be 1300. A 1300 should see that. So on my chess channel, if you're a beginner, I say to you, examine all checks and captures. So you should see that, right? Honestly, you really should. You should see that. So I'm just playing bullshit chess. And what's she doing? Replying in kind with more bullshit. That's okay. I'll attack the bishop. No, how allows that? I'm going to attack the king. To hell with it. I'll give up the rook. I'm attacking. I took the rook off. She's doubling up. In this position, I'm just going to castle. Because there's no threats. Once I castle, there's no threats. Now, I've got to be careful with my king. There's no check here. There's no check there. There's a check here. So if I pin the bishop, I eliminate the most dangerous piece on the board. Okay. So we'll play rook e1. There's still no checks by black. So I'm just threatening that. So now I just take the bishop off. And queen takes knight. There's still no checks of any significance. And as you can see now, we've just eliminated all the threats in the position. It's just a matter of attack two pawns at once. So this is just all technique. Rook takes pawn. Give him a check, just for fun. Take a knight. You can have that knight, doesn't matter, because I'm looking at the overall big picture, and the big picture is I've got 2 castles and a bishop. And even though I've got double pawns, my pawns can't be attacked. So I occupy open file. There's a check there. Another check is good. Takes. Rook here. And what we're aiming for is checkmate. Threatening checkmate. Rook takes pawn. Mate in 2. 1, 2. There we go. Next game, please. We're playing Nelson. Nelson's 1300. D4. Destroy all the chess.com bots. A whole bloody lot of them. They're all going to die. Murder the bots. This is... I'm a terrible man. I'm attacking the queen. That queen could get trapped. Okay, E5. Now what we're trying to do is trap the queen. Right? Okay, bishop to D3 attacks the queen. And now the key move, rook to, not rook G1 because he'll take the H pawn, but rook to H2 wins. And now the queen's trapped. That's a standard type of trap in a lot of openings. It's a standard type of trap. Now we've got the queen, the queen off the board. We can bring all our heavy artillery into the game. He wants to attack me. He's threatening my knight and my whatchamacallit. I'll play bishop takes pawn or knight there, queen there. I want to play bishop to bishop 4. You know why? Because I don't really care if he takes a piece. Because this knight move is going to drive him absolutely balmy. That's right, buddy. Knight checks. Oh, it's not a check. I forgot to take the pawn first. I made a technical error. He's probably going to think he's going to win now, the devil. I've got to get my pieces in somehow. Hold on. Careful, John. Good chess. Queen here threatens queen takes G-pawn and threatens to take this pawn. Getting closer to the king again. I'm going to play B3. This is close to losing. I'm going to get rook checks. Queen takes checkmate. Well, there you go. God, that was a bit silly. Nelson nearly got me. Just goes to show you. Now I'm playing Vin 1300. Vietnam. Okay. After I play Vin, I'm going to jump up to some higher bots. It's going a bit too slow. So I'm going to jump to some of the bigger bots. But I really pushed the limits there. I pushed the bullshit too far. And that's what happens when you push your bullshit too far. I can play pawn here. I'll play bishop to D2 first. Okay, so this is just one of those crappy early queen move things. Well, knight here, he's got the check there. But he develops my position. Okay. So I'll play bishop here. What's your plan? Okay. So what's your plan now after knight checks? How do I win the queen? I'll just take the bishop off. Okay, so we just take the bishop. We'll collect that bishop. We've been rewarded for our good play. He's on the knight, so we'll save that knight. Takes a knight, so we take a knight. Takes there. We can take a pawn to take the bishop. We can do that. So I can't play bishop here. I'll take the bishop. Bishop F3. Now we're attacking the rook and the queen. So that was a Dumbo move. Queen takes. Bishop there. Just attack the rook. Bishop here. They give him a pawn. Little check there will keep him honest. Queen down there pressures his castle. We'll take the knight because it's just too easy. Take a pawn with check. Check down here. Just open him up like a can of sardines. Check. Check here. Check there. And now his king's got to go up to f6. We'll castle over here because there's no checkmate here. We won't even give him the benefit of winning a pawn or anything. Won't give him the benefit of anything. Just in case he decides to go hard bot on me. So check there. Take the rook off. Oh, he goes there. Oh, it's okay. Not a problem. Open file. Recapture. Pushing a pawn for a queen. Passed pawns must be pushed. Rooks go behind passed pawns. Push. Push. And queen follows. All the pawns fall. And that's the end of the section. Double the rooks on there and whee, go to town, baby. Go to town, and that's the end of Vin. Vin has just hit the garbage tin Vin. Okay, I wonder where the checkmate is. Well, try to find a checkmate here. Should be a checkmate somewhere there. Can't see one just straight away. And now it's getting closer to a checkmate. Move him across a little bit. And just there. Just now push the pawn. Checkmate should be close. Pawn here. And rook here. He's got to push his pawn. He's got no other move and checkmate. So what we're doing is just zeroing him in zugzwang positions until we got our checkmate. And so the next bot, well, hold on 1 second. We'll just look at new. There's just so many bots to work our way through. Master, this is a streamer. We'll play the streamer bot. Oh no, not strong enough. 2300. We'll play Nemo. She's 2300. Okay. So we're playing Nemo. She's 2300. She's from Canada. And Mox's game said he was having trouble with the 2200 bot. So I'm playing a 2300 bot. Which is playing there. I'll take a pawn off. I'll play knight here. Okay. Common sense says hold that pawn. Common sense says take that pawn. Common sense says develop a bishop. No. You develop a bishop. I can get into a bit of a bother here. Okay, so is he threatening anything? No, he's not. So I play pawn here. I'm going to give him a pawn back. Or have I trapped his queen? So I just won the bot's 2300 bot. Bit the dust. That's Nemo. All the pieces are collapsing. I want to put my knight on d6. Oh, how tempting of you. I'm going to take the pawn off. It's an isolated pawn. Bugger it. No, I'm just going to threaten the bishop. So now I'm threatening everything. Threatening the knight. I'll just take it off. I'll just take everything. It's too easy. Bishop and checkmate at the same time. Problem, girl. Problem. You can have my queen back. Bad luck. And that's how you beat the 2300 bot Moxus games. So I just jumped over to the 2300 bot and we just smashed all the bots. Okay, up to 2300. So not a problem. That's the end of the bots. So we could try to play a higher rated bot. New. Top players. Danya, 2650. Let's play against Danya. Play Danya. He's 2650. Okay, so this is where I'm going to probably suffer my first loss against the bots. He's 2650. He says c4 is a book move. Knight c3 is a book move. d5 is a book move. That was nice to know. Take that. Knight takes e5 is best. Bishop e3 is best. This is interesting. Bishop takes c5 is best. Wow, I found all the best moves so far. Bishop takes a7 is best. I'm playing all the best moves. Woohoo! That's good. I feel so good. Queen to b3 is best again. I found all the very best moves against the 2600 bot. F3 was good, but d6 was best. Okay. Ah, these bots are hard. I missed the best move, eh? This is dangerous. Wait a second. This is really dangerous. I've blundered. Oh, of course I have. I was playing all right. Let's have a look at the engine analysis. My game. I was probably winning, you know. I was probably winning against a 2600 bot. And then I stuffed it up, did I? Report. Oh, it gave me 57% accuracy, and it gave the Grandmaster bot 94% accuracy. But I was doing all right. I'll tell you why. Going look in the analysis, going up to about here, I was winning. See, look at the bar on the side of the board. I'm still winning. Uh-oh. When I played that move, that's where it started to go astray. But in this position here, I played bishop to d3, and it's a good move, but white's winning. So in that position, up to move 25, I was outplaying the 2650 Danya. Up to move 25. That's when I went astray. I played bishop d4, and then I was losing rook e2, and then it's probably a lost game then. But then I played bishop e3, which is a loser. Yeah, so I even looked at moves like this, but that's a losing move. I thought it was a losing move.